Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. Right, we are now into February 2, so coming to the end of the month. But we just have to have a little look in the shop. Ooh. I gotta be honest, guys, I love that little thing. I think that looks pretty cool. Oh, needs a bit of work. Rim colour. Let's just change that back to white out of curiosity. Ah, yeah. So yeah, they've just done this so they can change the rim colour. Nice. It's a shame it's so slow, actually. The Massey Ferguson we've got is definitely a better price for that. Right, over by the I've got this to do today. Let's just get that into there. Let's get that into there. What do you mean there's no? Right, so that's still got that on there. Right. How are we looking for my production? Something doesn't look right. Missing material. We're out of buffalo milk. We're out of that. We're out of that. You're joking, mate. I didn't have... Oh my god. Why did I not do that? Why did I not do that? Why did I not do that? I haven't had that running. Oh my god, I could really do a restart in this episode. That's crazy. Yeah, right. Well, nothing we can do there. As you can see, guys, over here, you can tell I've manually stacked this because, well, it's not very good. Yeah, as you can see, we've got a little bit more there. We're just going to do a quick double check on the price of wool. 1,008. It's £300. It's £300 a pallet under best price, so it's not quite there yet. That's a shame. That's a massive shame. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to do some work in the snow. Yeah, this is what we've got to do. In the next month, I do believe we can start planting the grass. So we do have to crack on with this job today. That is... oh, we're getting small stones as well. Yeah, so it's not very good that we're having to do this in the snow. But unfortunately, it's the only time we can do this. It's got to be done for next month. I do not want to be delaying the planting of the grass. I kind of don't want to use this as a grass field, though. That's the problem. I'm so torn right now. Like, I don't want to use this as a grass field. But we don't have any other land. We don't have another field. And we bought this to replace our big grass field. So, you know, it kind of puts us in that awkward spot of we have to use it as a grass field. Like, that's a nice field there for grass, but I think that's going to be too big. Now, this is going to be one of them days. Let's just get the time turned back up to 10. I did just slow it down. As you can see, the Ford is just ever so slightly struggling. Not loads, but the weather isn't helping. The snow on the ground is definitely not helping. Thank you very much there, game, for just... I've literally just ploughed that and it's just recovered it back in snow. I could really do with some bigger tyres on this. I was going to get this into a little bit of a time lapse, but the one thing we do have to do is we have to get a headland done. I do like to try and do a little bit in real time. I don't even... It's so white, I can't see where I've been when the lights are on. Either way, it is a very snowy February. Yeah, and I don't want to put... Can I just put front lights on? I'm struggling. I'm struggling in the snow here. I am very, very much struggling in the snow. I really don't want to stop doing this field because of the weather. I could do with slightly better tyres, but I'm really trying not at the moment to spend money. I'm very, very desperately trying to save money. We've still got to buy the harvester. That's why we haven't done it yet. I've got no issues in buying the harvester right now. I'm just trying to make it so we don't lose value on the harvester by buying it too early, and we've just got it sitting there for like 6 or 7 months. I can't believe though I didn't have those productions running again. I don't even remember turning them off. That's the worst thing. Right, as you can see guys, we have got one headland. It's, yeah, this is not going to look great. Plowing in the snow, but I genuinely don't have a choice. All I can do is use the lack of weeds to basically know where I've been. Obviously wherever you plow there is no weeds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this turned into a little bit of a time lapse. I'm hoping to get as much of this field done in the next couple of minutes as we can. Right guys, I have brought the time lapse to an end there. We are really struggling in this snow, especially going the other way. We're not too bad if we come this way down the field, but yeah, going the other way is just absolutely killing us for speed and power basically. So I'm hoping to maybe try and do this a slightly different way. There's no way I'm gonna finish this field. I'm gonna not finish this field, sorry. We are this close to just, yeah. So I'm wondering if maybe we can just do this. It's the shape of the field. I know exactly what's causing it. It's just, it's really just hindering us right now. But we've got so little left to do that we have to get it finished. It's not like we've got, you know, we've only just started. But it is a very snowy February over in France. I'm having to concentrate so hard. I say I'm having to use where there's no weeds growing through the oh, I should have maybe mulched this first, but that wouldn't have helped as much anyway. Mulching in the snow. But right now we're ploughing through the snow in our underpowered Ford. It's already underpowered for the plough without the snow. I'm not lost for words there. I'm just trying to concentrate. And to say it does not help that we are sliding all over the place. Well, I think we're gonna have to maybe go and sell some wool or do something. We're gonna have to do something. Yeah. Could have maybe done with being in March, but like I say, I do try and do one part of the month in one episode. I don't like to skip too much, but this weather is, oh, you know, what happened if we go into March and it was still snowing? I would then have had to have ploughed and seeded the grass in March. If that doesn't tell you just how much we needed to get this done this month. I say I'm trying to go different ways and different directions to try and find what works best for the tractor. But we are almost done, and like I say, 6 meters at a time, we are getting through it. Maybe very slowly. Definitely very slowly. Look at that go. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there's no chance we're getting stones, although there should be small stones only, which means we can roll them back into the ground. So once we get the grass seeded, we can get it re-rolled, and that'll be rid of the stones. Maybe got 3 more passes, maybe 2 and a bit, 3 and a bit, something like that. Yeah, this is the weather. The weather is just hell. I say I don't want to spend all the time cutting grass, but I just don't know what's going to work out better for us. Do we turn this back into a root crop field and we spend like a whole month harvesting this field? We get good money from it. And then do we make our teeny tiny field into a grass field? If we turn the teeny tiny field into a grass field, we will have to cut it more. The thing is, it won't take long to do. That's where our, I don't want to say where our problem lies, but that's where our decision making has to come in. We can make more money, although then again, we can always sell silage. And so we've got plenty of silage at the moment. This is pass number 3. I said 3 or 4. Well, I said about 3.5, 3 and a bit passes. So that is it. That is our field technically all ploughed. I do really need to get wider tyres for this this Ford. And I did notice something else came up in the shop as well while we were in that time lapse. But yeah, we are plowing through the snow. I couldn't resist that. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I feel like that should be the title of this episode. There we go. I am so glad that is over with. That was hell. That was absolute hell. Tell you what, I've got a right catchy, I got a right scratchy throat today. I hope I'm not getting unwell again. I tell you, right, since I've turned 40, guys, right, I genuinely have never been so bloody poorly. Little niggly things. Right, so that's all done on there, yep. So I've wasted a whole month with not having those on. Can't cultivate, can't plough, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Don't want to do that. That's a difference. Right, guys, if you remember in our last episode, we ploughed field 53. Obviously, as you can see, we didn't cash in that contract. So there we go. We have got... We're going to need to get some water soon. 47,000, so they're okay. Yeah, everything is okay at the moment. How are we doing for milk? Let me just go back to the cows. We've got 5. Yeah, we can leave the milk for a little bit. As you can see, that is all of our wool. Now, where do we sell wool? May is the best month. Next month is February, so no matter what, the next month is going to be better in value. I'm just trying to find what we've got to do. Like, this can't be a super short episode. But I also don't have much else to do, but I don't want to spend too long in 1 month. So the only thing we can do, really... Oh, that's what came in. The slurry tanker. So, what have we got to do? We're going to have to do a contract. That's right up at the top of the map as well. Screw it. Let's go do it. We shouldn't struggle as much with the cultivator. The cultivator is definitely a bigger... less power. We have enough power to pull the cultivator with the Volvo. But I am going to get some bigger tyres. I'm trying not to spend money. That's the problem. I'm trying not to spend money. So we have the Goodyear tyres, and that's not good. I don't think... Do you know what? I can't say. Right, well, £1,500. We will go for those big beefy Goodyears. Didn't even realise that was an option. There we go. As you can see, we've got some bigger tyres. This should definitely help. Now, I have received some people on King's Mod, guys. We're just going to talk about this mod for a few seconds. Telling me that the tyres are too dark. I didn't make the mod. I'm just going to kind of put this out there. I do keep putting it in the comments, but people just don't seem to understand the words. I didn't make the mod. I didn't make the Goodyear tyre mod, you know, the i3Ds and things like that. People are telling me that the tyres are too dark. They're even telling me like the default tyres are too dark. The default tyres are made by the game makers, Giants. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do about this kind of complaints and stuff. I don't want to say complaints, but yeah, you know, someone's like, oh, the tractor's too small. Well, again, I didn't make the model. Someone basically loaded it up to King's Mod, did a convert, and did a terrible job of it. So obviously, I've spent a bit of time working my way through issues and things. I even pushed out another update yesterday. But I can't exactly do anything about the tyres. You know, when you load up the tyres, yeah, it's using in-game files. You know, the tyre files. It's even the Goodyears, like the colour of them, for example, uses the texture files of the base game. I don't really understand how the tyres can be too dark. Now, you know, if anyone does actually watch this and can point me in a direction to, you know, oh yeah, you know, there might be something more suitable, you know, someone said that the noise isn't correct for the tractor. Yeah, you're right, because I can only use in-game sounds, and unless someone can point me to a tractor that's more suitable again, I don't really know how I'm supposed to make it, you know what I mean? I'm learning as I go, and I haven't learned how to make custom sounds yet, and you know, but apparently me learning to do this still gives people the, you know, the, well, like, so yeah, I don't know, I am kind of just venting a little bit there, but at least it's usable. When this was first released, the tractor just fell through the map. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say like I'm not looking for like recognition or, you know, be like, oh, you know, sympathy kind of thing, but I'm getting all this from people who's never released a mod in their life, and I'm just thinking, I'm just kind of getting to the stage where I can't be bothered anymore. I might just keep all my mods. Like, I've got an i4 Williams pack. I'm sure people would moan about that if I release it, so I'm very tempted in just not bothering to release it. And you know, because I've gone to a lot of effort. Again, I'm having to learn how to do this stuff as I do it. So yeah, I don't know, but if anyone can understand what people are talking about the tires being too dark, you know, it's using default files. I don't really understand where else I'm supposed to go with this information. Yeah, I kind of wanted to discuss it because I thought, you know, if somebody out there watches these videos and can help me, please do, because, you know, I'm always trying to learn to do stuff, you know, trying to make it better for... I'm trying to make it better for me, let alone the people who download it. But, you know, if this is all I can do and people are still not happy, then I'm just going to stop. And I'll just keep the mods for myself, basically. Anyway, that's enough of me kind of venting / asking for help. Yeah, as you can see, this is a relatively big field. We're going to get the radio turned on once again. This is definitely better with these tyres. And yeah, we're going to get as much as we can do in the next couple of minutes.
Wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood, run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. I wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug.
Right, I've come out of the time lapse just to kind of give you an update. I don't know. Well, let's be honest, you've all just seen the struggle. So what I've decided is if I do the field in half like this, we'll get this left hand side done first. Should be a lot easier to do. And then I'm hoping that if this isn't technically as steep by only doing half of it, we might just get that done a little bit quicker doing it this way. I'm not saying that this is the best way of doing it. We just got to try and keep the speed up and power down. I can only imagine how bad it would have been if I'd have still had the skinny tyres on. But at least now we're doing like 8 miles an hour constantly, so to speak, you know. Where before we were dropping down to like 1 and 2 and it was just hell. Yeah, that only dropped down there because it was just... It's this hill here. It doesn't look that steep. It genuinely doesn't look that steep. But it is. It's hell. Look at this hill. It doesn't look that steep, but, you know, at the end of the day, this isn't the most powerful tractor ever. It would be nice maybe if we had a little bit more power. We do have an option to upgrade the engine on it. I do believe it changes the whole TW though, and that's kind of what I was trying to avoid. You know, in theory, if you wanted the one with more power, you should sell this one and buy the other one, but it's not always. That's how you should do it, you know what I mean? You wouldn't just get all new levers and more power and stuff if you just by clicking a couple of buttons in real life. Yeah, as you can see, it is taking quite a while to get this done. Going in this direction is fine. Going downhill, perfect. Absolutely brilliant going in this direction. It's just coming the other way is hell. And I've tried going clockwise, I've tried going anti-clockwise, and yeah, it's no better which way you go. And like I say, yeah, we do technically have more than enough power to pull this, but the hill is where the struggle lies today. I'm just gonna go and try and do this. I just want to see what it's like going this way up the middle. If we can keep speed up this way, because it's a little bit more flatter, we might be better off getting this bit done first. We just want to get as much of this field done in the next couple of minutes, really, and that's kind of the issue we're having. But it does work. We are getting there. This is why I try to avoid doing contracts, because we can only do contracts with the machinery we've got, except for logging, because we can't do the logging without a trailer and stuff. But I don't tend to do them anyway. But for example, you know, I don't like to do overly many contracts, because I know our machinery can't really cope with this. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's okay with the plough, sometimes it's okay with the cultivator if it's flat or not as hilly as this. But this field here is just, yeah, we're just having to work with what we've got, but it's not the best. Yeah, it's alright coming downhill. Go. Yeah, we just lost the speed. Too tight a turn as well also kills it. I tell you what, them tyres are bloody close. Look at that gap. There's hardly a gap between them. That is horrible. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is for the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to get into another little bit of a time lapse, because I really need to get this field done in this episode. But if it's not done at the end of the next time lapse, then it is going to end up having to be finished off recording, which sucks. I don't like doing that.
Run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. Look how you make me.
Right, as you can see, guys, we are just still struggling here with the power. I was kind of hoping it wasn't a snow issue. I know one thing though, there was a little bit of stuttering, guys, just as that snow was disappearing. Yeah, that was just the snow. Crazy. Definitely coming this way here makes a bit of a difference. But we've only got 63% of this field done, which just isn't enough to get done in this episode. I am unfortunately going to have to finish this just off recording, otherwise this would be like an hour-long video, which is way more than I would have liked to have done. And I've got to get it done today off recording now, because in the next episode we will be in March. Like I say, every episode will be a new you know, a new day / new month, depending on, you know, if we're on the first or second part. And that's kind of how we've done this series, especially since going to a 2-day month. We get to leave the time on 10 and just play the game as it is, so to speak. But yeah, I am going to have to finish it off recording, and it does kind of suck that that's the way I've got to do it, but yeah. Time states that this is I've just realised we may not be able to finish this cultivator. I'm just looking at this field. There is no way this cultivator... No, what? I've done it again, Anna. We know we can't do cultivating contracts, and I've done a cultivating contract. Right, so yeah, I'm going to finish this off recording, guys, and then I am going to obviously have to fail the contract, but I will just put the money in the bank. I completely forgot. It's because there wasn't really anything else to do. But yeah, I completely forgot that you cannot do cultivating contracts with precision farming at the moment, because it does not give you... Well, look, that's all there's left to do on this field, and apparently we've still got 30% to do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I say I'm going to have to leave this here. This is just going to be another problem in itself. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hopefully somebody can comment in the comments below and help me with the issues I'm having with a couple of mods, and then, you know, we can get those fixed and pushed out. But as I say, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.